Here we go. Religion is spreading. Let's just leave my Inquisitors for a couple turns to heal. And then Miss Debater. Miss Debater's looking a little bit more threatening. Stay back, I say. Stay back. Ursa's here and Ursa's annoyed. They want your religion. Want my own. My own is so much better. Next up, Pingala gets grants. More great people. We like great people. We've got a dominance of merchants and engineers at the moment. Scientists, well, Byzantium has decided to go belatedly quite heavy on science. But that's okay. I realize one thing I should be doing is Carnival. Haven't really run much of this. Carnival's a lot of fun. Halifax, welcome. Thank you for bringing Temple of Artemis with you. Gives me 1, 2 luxuries at the moment, but more importantly, the food and housing in this city. And Pantanal. Nice. Well, that's a lot of fun. I don't have a unique preserve. Is it in the spirit of this mod to play with a district that isn't special? I don't know about that. I don't know. We'll see how we feel. Let's put some walls up just in case Canada decides to get 30. Oh, Montreal is flipping now. That's a 5 population city with a theatre square. Oh, an Etmananki? Yes, this is brilliant. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Oi, Canada. Don't steal a Theodorum and leave me with Mima. Oh, Canada. You're pushing it, Canada. You really, really are. Oh, dear, oh dear. Construct a lava, a government plaza, have a trade route, and an inspiration for exploration. Is that 2 caravels? I think it might be. We can do stuff like that if we really wanted to. The most exciting thing, yeah, we're going to start building some of these theatre squares now. Look at that, +8. Bam. You can't argue with maths like that. You really, really can't. More floods, this time over to the left. Oh, well. We built our theatre square for the first time. We've got this aid request, which gives me more Diplo favor and more diplomacy points. It's all looking rather lovely. And actually, we can use my faith to get an amphitheater in, which in turn means I can start to take books of writing off Canada, which is the priority here. They're where I want to go. Reduce their culture per turn. We should have this game pushing into the correct direction. The capital's going to take the first charge of Bicheng so that I can put its theatre square down for like very little. So I have a +7. Okay, cool. Mont Saint Michel. Relic tourism always helps. Let's get a little bit of that. Okay, the debater has arrived. They're not doing a lot of damage to me whilst I'm on a holy site. That is reassuring. Especially when I surround their debater with all of my apostles and inquisitors, I think we can just about hold them off. See what they choose to do now. Come on, you gonna run away? Give it up. I'm too powerful. I'm too powerful for you. This is a card I've been waiting for some time. Invention. I have at least 6 workshops, so this will give me in total about 16 extra engineering points per turn. Beautiful. Yes, everybody in. Government plaza, ancestral hall time. I know, yeah, settling, there's not a lot of space, but this is what I want to do. I want to just make sure we claim all of the space we can. The trick to any good culture victory, and we have an extra envoy and 200 gold. Considering we're industrializing next turn, pretty handy. We'll take it. Watch all my religious units heal. They've all got juice. That means they're ready to rock. That means we're ready to kill apostles. Bam. Get out of here. St. John? It's not a bad settlement, but this is, again, loyalty pressure. I would like to send in that direction, please. Let's try and get the population of Utrecht up. Mimir, 35 engineering points per turn. Filippo's who I want, but Da Vinci is really the ultimate aim here. It's a lot of extra culture from all of my workshops. Speaking of, factories are appearing now. My Pingala city is actually going to be the first city that I build a factory in because it hits my capital and we're getting double engineering points from this city. So I shall wait 1 turn, let the Sugaba finish, and then I might be able to get the coal power plant in as well. And I just noticed I have a mine over the top of coal, and there's some more coal underneath the bath, so we have 2 sources of coal already. It's not bad at all. Hey, we should have plenty. Well, for now. We'll see if it lasts. How are we doing tech-wise? Because I'm beelining quite heavily. 28, 28, 31, 32. So we're only 4 techs behind the leader, and look at all of these boosts now. Stirrups, military engineering, castles. We'll be able to get all those pretty quickly, so let's just grind those through. The ancestral hall, finished. Colonization serfdom, yeah, everything is still in place, although actually, do I want to get Republican legacy in? That would make me happy. No, I don't think it's worth it at the moment. We're quite close to being able to pick up Copacabanas and also zoos and aquariums, stuff like that. That should do the same thing. We won't bother. 2-ton settlers. Okay, yep, pump these out and use monumentality to start printing things like traders. Yep, now the circuit is finished, we can get a factory and then instantaneously a coal power plant into my Pingala city. Amazing. In fact, given the fact that you've got all this production, I'm going to use you to put the dam over by my capital, because if that goes again, I'm not going to be happy. In fact, I should put a second dam over here as well, so I'll do that. There we go, the power is switched on and the production should start flowing very nicely. We have 118 in this city. In my capital, we have 77. Tilburg is on 76, but I realized we've just lost Zanzibar, so nobody's happy anymore, and we've lost a bunch of gold. There we go. Now it's even better. Now we have the illusion that everyone's happy. Montreal's flipped. Oh, yes. Oh, I don't mind this. Give me all of your cities, please. Oh, who just got spied on? Amsterdam just lost 800 gold. Oh, don't like it. Especially because all of my trade routes are all coming out of the same city here. I do have access to a single spy. Shall I make a spy? I probably should make a spy. Wait for somebody with a decent amount of production to make it. My tourism, well, it exists. I'm getting a tourist every 3 turns, and Canada is currently getting 1 every turn. So yeah, we need to up our tourism to usual amounts, really, 1,000 to 1,500, but at least we're now making a decent start. Still need 2 caravels, still need to construct a Lavra. Calgary, a fine looking city this is. Gotta build a rockin'. Another theatre square. Should be more handy if my religion was in this city. Oh wait, it is. Amphitheatre, purchase it immediately. And Canada, hello there. I'm going to steal your stuff. Legally acquire your stuff via gold purchasing. Yes, it's almost exactly the same thing. Mont Saint Michel, all apostles I create now have the martyr ability. They love to die, and they will give me a relic every time they do. Plus, it's one of the prettiest wonders in the game. I would argue maybe the prettiest wonder in the game. It's just awesome. That astrology gave me the boost to colonialism, which I was just holding off on, and then natural history's around the corner, which we'll be able to just pray in an archaeological museum for. So there's a lot of synergy going on right now. A lot of synergy indeed. You have to enjoy synergy. Filippo, 315 production towards wonders. Batala Palace might be a good wonder actually for me here. Forbidden City. We'll see if Forbidden City is available. If it is, I'll pop it into Amsterdam. A better government and some more envoys on top. Tilburg, I've got a spy problem. Can you help me, please? Colonialism. Mr. Banken's nice. Colonization's nice. Invention stuff. I don't really want to change anything in my government right now. Best thing I can do is just expand my government. Make sure that everything I want is in the same city. Here's the Archaeological Museum for the natural history boost. How many turns to Montreal? 3 turns and I can claim this city as well as Etmananki. That'll give me a very welcome boost of science. Another day, another World Congress. I have a little bit of voting power, but only because I forgot to sell it. Gilgamesh has all the honey. Oh, duplicates of honey. Actually, no, we're going to ban it. Give it a go. And double. Oh, people are banning. I mean to say banning admirals. Let's do that on both. See if either of them go through. Probably not. No scientists, no coffee. So I got 0 points from that Congress. Never mind. Still on 9 of 20. Did you see? 9 of 20. Then we've got Canada with 5 of 20. Coupe with 4 of 20. Theodora with 2. Religious victory. Coupe is 1 city ahead of me, but I've got enough religion and I'm not worried about that. Domination, no one's jumped on. Culture, we're now up to 2nd. We are generating some tourists now, which is cool. And science, I'm only 1 tech behind Canada. Very low science game, this one. Don't mind having a low science game every now and then. It just takes the pressure off, you know? This is city number 13 and a sprawling city because I've stolen a couple in the meantime. Delft. I do have culture bombs on my industrial zones. Is there anything I can do with that? Probably not. If there's any resources on the border, like there is some coal there, but it would require quite a bit to get to it. Now, we won't worry. Let's pop a diplomatic quarter down in my capital. It actually stops me from having such a spy issue, especially if I start building encampments in the city as well. Small benefits. Small bonuses and benefits, but these are the sort of things that add up very nicely. Printing. Done. Let's unlock Renaissance walls for the tourism. And I've actually got a great writer. Nice. Not that I'm going to use the great writer. It seems a bit weird, I know. But I would rather keep them spare and buy all of Canada's writing for now, for 2 reasons. Firstly, it reduces their tourism and their culture, which makes my tourism victory easier. Secondly, once my tourism gets too high, normally about 50% of the way, the AI will stop selling you great works at any point for any money, they just ban you from it. That's the point you want to use your own great writing. Of course, if the AI has none, then yeah, of course, put some down. It makes sense. There's no rush otherwise. The dam is finished. Oh, the river on my capital is protected. Now, look at the yields of some of this. +8, +9, +9, +10, +8, +8. Tell you what, when you sync up a lot of great districts together, they get rather ridiculous, and I like that. The good thing about a diplomatic quarter as well is when you've got a lot of control over city-states, building a consulate will get you a lot of extra yield. So just by building that, I'll get 2 culture, 4 production, 2 faith, and what would that be? 8 gold per turn. Quite a handy building. Plus, enemy spy level is reduced by 1 when targeting this city or cities with encampments. Beautiful. Shaved a turn off Forbidden City. And bam, 5 turns on that now. Excellent. We're also building Patala Palace. I don't know if we'll pinch that one. We'll give it a good go. Coupe, no, I do not want you to be taking on Johannesburg. It's got 70 strength. Hopefully they won't get near it, but if they do, I'm going to have to think about sending an army up north. There's Montreal, by the way. Another city joins me. And 6 envoys. Love it. We've got pretty equal coverage, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that and just spread them across. Why not? I am falling away from being happy everywhere, but the Copacabana, well, that will certainly help. City overlap is quite a fun little thing. This helped me to work out where I wanted my Colosseum. You can see that is on a 7 city tile. No, that's an 8 city tile. Look at that. Haha. Gives me a good range of where to build things like entertainment complexes, but it also helps me with the Copacabana as well. Instance, this tile, that tile. Some really, really good ones. Oh, I picked up Alhambra from this city. This city had Alhambra in it. Oh, yes. Okay, I didn't need a military policy, but I guess I have one now. So we'll put in limes and then we'll start to crank through the walls. Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. It's another fun little victory for me. The Copacabana was no accident. None of these buildings apparently are accidents. Good. Well, let's pop the zoo down. That actually helps my Pingala city to become happy, and its luxury resources is at 0. Amazing. Oh, we're right here. We're right about to get through to a great space now. Public works, colonization. I'm gonna take colonization out and put Republican legacy in. I probably should have done this a little while ago, but I'm thinking if Amsterdam is happy, it probably is gonna generate settlers faster anyway. First by better. Where is my Sugaba? Just go to the Sugaba. Here we go. Protect that. That's where I'm losing all of the stuff. And Da Vinci, 2 boosts. Workshops give me 6 culture. I'm on 201 culture. The first boost takes me to 229. That's amazing. And Lovelace again for more districts. Wow, we've had a good run of great people. So I'm going to pick up vertical integration for Magnus as well. The Forbidden City. 1 wildcard policy slot in my capital, in my nation. So look at all the crabs scuttering around there. Get out of my city, okay? I don't trust you. Don't trust you at all. Bang. That helps my nation a lot. More space for more cards. Well, I might as well, okay, put the settler card back in. Let's do that because my capital is now going to produce quite a few settlers. Yeah, look at this. 2 turning. Bam, 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 bam. We haven't got a coal power plant in this city. We haven't even done that yet. Amazing. I really should spend a few prayers or 2 just improving Montreal here. It's too good a city to leave alone. Da Vinci just gave me electricity, and the second charge means I'm now up to 271 culture per turn. Oh, easily into the lead on that one now. Oh, Bob's appearing. All right, my settlers can't just blindly run across the world anymore, you say. How unfortunate. Just seems mean that I should be able to go wherever I want. Oh, they've settled the city of Hamilton right on my borders. I say my borders. I did kind of steal their borders, but it all counts. And yes, Coupe, bring your injured missionaries and apostles back over to Canada. Bam. I can spread my religion even easier. Grants 3 envoys at the city-state. We really do not need to use this merchant at all, seeing as every single one is under my control, but I could use it just to sort of steal tiles from people in an annoying way. So let's head over to Chinguetti. Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. Teleport you closer and scram. Over you go. Welcome to the World Aquarium. That should be every city now ecstatic in my lands. I am ecstatic about that fact. Johannesburg has actually thought off Coupe really well. You'll love to see it. Strong independent city-state. Doing strong independent city-state things. It's bold. It's brave. Beautiful. And yeah, Byzantium settled right where I was going to. I was going to steal a city right on their coast there, but never mind. We've got a lot of settlers now, all heading out to coast. We're going to settle all around the edge here to the north of Canada, Over on this landmass, we are nowhere near done. City number 15, Rotterdam. It could be anywhere. Well, anywhere except Rome. Well, Newton is just there and available. Sometimes this sort of weird stuff can happen when the World Congress is banning people. Means that the points you have is often enough to claim somebody if the AI has just grabbed the person before them and it does something funny to the number. So actually that's really handy. All of our universities getting extra science means I don't have to build many Sewons to get a huge boost. There is a dust storm in Canada. Which way is this going? This is not good for me. Potentially. Let's have a quick peek to the west. All right, I think that should avoid my bigger cities. Keep the Research Alliance going, Canada. Thank you. Now, this feels like a little bit of a strange play, but this musket I almost killed, but for a couple of bad damage rolls. It stood on a farm, which means it's going to heal, which is really annoying. So to try and avoid that happening, I had a settler moving, and I've deliberately placed it onto a tile where the musket has no choice but to capture it. Now, if they do that, they won't pillage that tile. I'll be able to city and crossbow them to death and then steal the settler back, so it won't be a problem. We'll see if it works. Sometimes barbarians cannot help but to go for a civilian unit, but other times the prioritization to heal themselves is the stronger bit. I don't know which one will win. Got a good test, really. We are testing barbarians. Can we influence their decision making? Is it possible? No one knows. Sometimes a game can really make you wait for your first themed building, but other times it's very easy to get to. Look at that. 3 religious pieces of artwork. What I like to do is just keep an eye on this little tab that tells me all of the old artists. Have a look through. As soon as you see, like for instance, Michelangelo has produced a religious artwork there, then there's 3 different ones by them. I tend not to bother until that point. Look at how many coal power plants are finishing up now, though. I've got one here, got one there. This city, my Pingala city, is just happily producing a carnival every turn at the moment, which is so many great people points, it's ridiculous. And now I've got a diplomatic victory slot, a policy slot as well, because Batala Palace is here and it's glorious and it's wonderful and it's one of the best set of stairs in Civ 6, am I right? That'll help my government up. But yeah, this is certainly beginning to swing a little bit in my favor, and there's conservation, which means I can now put national parks down. Luckily for me, I do have quite a few spaces for where these can go. Now, I have improved a lot of my land, but not all of it. Normally, it just involves a little bit of tile tweaking, and there you go. Look, there's our first one. Another great writer. As I mentioned before, I've got a stack of these great writers. I'm not using them. I am waiting and taking the AI's works before I make my own. And look, the bait and switch worked. So I can move you to there and then use my Corsair to steal it back, and we didn't have that farm pillaged, which is just a small thing, but very handy indeed. There's a lot of barbarians down in that area. We probably should send a few more troops than we are using currently. Oh my word, that is a name. And I know I've got a lot of people that are Dutch, beautiful Dutch people in the audience. How on earth would you say that? Schurten Gunblush? That's just a lot of noise that's come out of my mouth there. I don't know. Wow, that's an Ursa special there. You're welcome. So this is a Sewon without a library or a university. So Newton is going to go bam, have both and power up my universities, which just means that my science is chugging along. I have the lead by like 1 tech. That's all I need it to be. Just kind of pushing ahead. Canada's still winning the culture victory. Don't like that particularly, but I have almost got myself to a point where I'm gaining 1 tourist per turn now. Everyone is very even and everyone's gaining between 1 and 2 per turn, so I still haven't caught up on tourism, but at least I'm not letting them get away anymore. Oh no, the ice cap stops me getting through. This southern sea really is useless. Alright, I was throwing tons of settlers in here to try and get them around. I'm gonna have to melt the world before I can get through. Luckily for me, we are melting the world, or unluckily for me. Depending on your views of melting the world, I guess. I'm still throwing out so many settlers from Amsterdam. There's kind of no reason to be doing this now. This is just a pure mission of mine to spread as much as I can on this continent. Oh, that's, all the barbs all got killed there. Haha, you lose, barbarians. Clearly, I'm going to take this natural event as a win for myself. Throwing Renaissance walls up. Everybody likes a good Renaissance wall spam. Every time you do, as a monarchy, you get not only extra housing, but also 2 diplomatic favor points per turn. What's that? You're polluting the world by throwing obscene amounts of carbon? You can't see the sky anymore? The clouds have always been grey, you say. No, once you throw up Renaissance walls, people will forget. Surprised people don't do that more in real life. Imagine that if climate conferences would sit there and people would be like, oh no, carbon's way too high, what should we do? Shall we throw up more Renaissance walls? That would be fine. And everyone's like, oh yes, great idea, great idea. Anyway, yeah, I'm deliberately settling around Canada here. There is no way I'm not putting obscene amounts of loyalty pressure on them whilst they're in a dark age. Actually, Hamilton is unlikely to flip, but we'll keep giving it a good go. Just you wait, Hamilton, I'll get you. What am I even teching towards? I did this ages ago, chemistry. So sometimes I click ahead, and then because because I'm not doing it tech by tech. I'm like, oh, I haven't changed my tech in ages. What's going on? And then I look at it and go, that would be why. One thing I often forget that I can do is if I have archaeological museums and monumentality at the same time, you can actually buy archaeologists with faith, just like Ethiopia can, because they count as civilian units. That's very rare that you actually have monumentality and also working archaeologists, because you have to be quite far ahead of yourself to do that, but still, good fun. No, I'm going to generate grievances with you, Coupe. Just accept the grievances. That's like 3 turns in a row I've had a flood resisted. I am a flood master. Ursa Ryan, every single game I hear that he builds dams properly. That's just my thing, you know? Clearly. Who should we dig up artifacts from at the moment? Let's go for Laurier. Doesn't really matter. Until you have about 5 or 6 archaeological museums, it's very rare that you actually are able to reliably theme anything. It can often be really, really difficult. My Pingala city is ready to build an Acropolis. Oh, yes. Do it. 1 turn. It's what I want to see. So this is a random one. Often, cities are very good at working the best tiles. Now, Montreal at the moment has no priorities on anything. I haven't locked any tile. I haven't told it to do anything. Yet, for whatever reason, and I've recycled this a couple times just to make sure it's all recalculating. Look at this. It's working a 3 food 2 production tile, even though there are 3 food 2 production 1 science tiles available. Why are you not working that? That, to me, would feel like a way better tile to work. That's so weird. It's just giving up the science. Look, it's just literally moved the tile over there. Like, it's gonna lock these 3 tiles in. Like, but why not? I don't know. Sometimes you just have to say, whatever. As I puzzle the mysteries of life, here's my first national park, Utrecht National Park. It will give me 2 more happiness in this city and 1 in the surrounding 4 cities, which is 6 amenities overall. Lovely. Which is really good because I'm just pushing on the edge of losing ecstaticness in all of my cities at the moment, which is very annoying. More envoys. I've never had so many envoys in a game. Look, I am currently winning every single city-state, and there isn't a single one in the game that I don't have at least 4 envoys spare on. I guess we just keep all of these in the bank for if the AI decides at any point to try and threaten me. I've got it. It's fine. Well, that was my first boat. How was that my first boat? Like, what? Again, don't complain. Don't complain. Chancery in Amsterdam. Because I really needed more envoys. I think we'd made that point clear just a second ago. Really need more envoys, not enough. Coupe is still trying to kill this city-state. I'm actually going in to repair all of the unit, like the tiles in this, just to stop Johannesburg from being killed. And if my builders were just to sort of randomly wait on these tiles so that Coupe couldn't move their army in, I mean, there's no bad thing there. Space for more books. Who is the culture leader at the moment? Mary. Now, I'm assuming you haven't got any great works of writing. Probably. No, you don't. That's good to know. Sometimes Coupe can pick them up if they've got like Apadana or something like that. Oh, these are expensive at the moment. Canada, what are you doing? Don't want to have to make my own books. I want yours. Then I reduce your... Oh, it's because there's a 4 culture one. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, that's a big tornado. Where's that? It's not my city. Is that... Oh, it's Ottawa. Oh, no. That is a shame. I'm trading with Ottawa. If any big damage happens to that, then all of my trade routes get worse and worse and worse. We don't want that. I'm sure they'll be fine. Landscapes. Ooh. Now, this is a good question. When it comes to artists, I'll be a little bit more aggressive about putting my own stuff down, providing there are enough landscapes around. No, only one other landscape artist is there at the moment, so we're a little bit early. Still, El Greco is very useful after that point. Perfect. All right, we need more carnivals. Get carnivals down as quickly as possible, please. Thank you. It's expensive, but we're making more national parks. Okay, everyone should be ecstatic now, whether they like it or not. And then I've ruined it by making another city, which means they absolutely will not be ecstatic anymore, but never mind. Okay, we're just about now at the point where we are equal on tourists going in and out. So the lead is 116 tourists. Operation up to 1,000 tourism. Once we've done that, we should be fine. And look at all of these theatre squares now conveniently appearing, eh? A lot of envoys appearing as I do this. Jesuit education, making sure that we've got space appearing as well. Oh, what's a big flood in Vancouver? Oh, Canada. Why don't you build dams? Like me. Like Ursa, the dam master. I always build dams in every single one of my games. Look, there's a dam in this city and a counter-spying spy. Oh, Ursa's just brilliant at this game. Always spying. Always damming. Every time. Reliably so is what I hear. 128 production in my capital. Let's see what would happen if I vertically integrate. Just to give that a little twiggle. 150. Wow, that's a big old boost. Okay, settlers. Well, they're just still being spat out at crazy levels. I'm sure this is fine. I'm sure no one minds. Actually, there's literally nowhere else for me to settle. Let's just hold back just for a second, get Torre de Belém instead. Ruhr Valley. I built this in a city that I don't remember for no apparent reason other than I think just to stop the AI from getting it. There we go. Wonder building policy occurring to us, Orion. Just build it because it's there. It will give me a very small amount of tourism, so I guess there's a good thing there. Oh, it was in this city. Again, I wish there was a reason for that, but there's not. Oh, you know what I could do? I could build a one-tile Petra. Oh my goodness, let's do it. What a ride. What a thrill. Eastern Orthodox. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? Why are you putting choral music into my city, Byzantium? That's not on. I will have you know that I pridefully follow stupid coupe. That is my very core. That is my very center of my religious How dare. Oh my goodness, they actually removed it. Cheeky. All right, well, I do have about 500 Inquisitors just waiting around, so I guess everyone come back. We got some smiting to do. We have some smiting to do. Coupe is in a dark age. Byzantium's in a dark age. Canada's in a normal age. Oh, lots of stuff should flip to me there. Higgsunk Connors, I think, is like nigh on useless. Oh, no, it's not. If I settle on the other... Okay, yeah, I was going to get some more gold, but screw the gold. We can still get some really awesome settling on this other continent. Let's go and really annoy Coupe and Byzantium, seeing as they have absolutely no loyalty pressure at the moment. Yeah, look at this. All this land has just opened up for me. Fantastic. I honestly think Zanzibar has tanked every single drought in this game so far. Like, credit to you. You drought so that none of us have to. Your lack of water sustains us. Okay, the Apostle has been trapped to an extent. Let's get that kill. Next turn, hopefully we should be able to. How dare you convert my lands? I'm the only one that can convert my lands. We finally cleared out Barb Corner, which was incredibly difficult. We did it, and that's the important thing. I'm actually gonna settle on the coast here so that I can just move my units into the sea a little bit easier. But look, you now get out. We've got options. We have actual options. We need more settlers. Never did I think I would say the words, I need more settlers, yet here we are. Torre de Belém. This is in my capital. I have like 8 or 9 trade routes coming from this city, so it's just a little bit of extra gold, but most importantly, it's all the extra tourism I get just by having it passively in my land. You love to see it. Looks very cute as well. Oh, and Petra, the one-tile Petra, the AI killer. We've done it. We've finally done it. I mean, look, there's rainforest, there's quarries. None of it is desert, and it is utterly useless, but hey, we love to see it nonetheless. Petra, everyone. Petra. We're already up to plus 20 diplomatic favor, though. The Renaissance walls are appearing everywhere, and it's giving me tourism. It's giving me all the extra Diplo favor. We've got carnivals now running in multiple cities. You can see they're just giving me endless Eiffels, Mals, Pushkins, everything that comes with the carnival project. It's lovely. This is a bad place for you to be, Apostle, because I can literally spawn Inquisitors around you, trapping you in, and now I've got plus 8 flanking bonus and your zone of control to the point that you can't physically leave. My religion is safe. Safe for another day. Flight. Okay, some improvements are now giving tourism. It's not a huge one for me because we'd already got conservation, but instead of beelining chemistry, I did decide to start beelining radio instead. I would love it if we could get seaside resorts and broadcast centers. Wonder construction as well from Eiffel. Amazing. Actually, Sydney Opera House is being built over here. Can you rush that? Thank you. Another national park. Keep making me happy. We really are just flirting with the idea of being happy in my nation. Just embrace it. Embrace it. And oh, we finally made it to the other continent as well. Look at this. The settlers are arriving en masse. All of these are going to be 4 population cities, and the AI is going to really dislike me doing this. It's all my land, though. It's all my land. Johannesburg finally got itself a field cannon, and they've shot all of Coupe's troops to bits. Good on you. You see? Strong city-state allies is what I need. I kept pumping them full of envoys in order to increase their defensive strength as well, so Coupe couldn't get anywhere near their walls. I won't lie. That was quite enjoyable. Oh no, I lost all of my extra happiness from having units in cities. What are you going to do? Heritage tourism instead of invention. I've got so many engineering points now, it's ridiculous. I'm running too many projects for that to be particularly useful. So you're going to put veterancy in. I have a bunch of harbours in my new cities being built, and that will actually stack really nicely with the fact that they're coffons and they're really cheap. Here we go. City bomb. Let's go. Etmananki already kicking in. We got a source of horse. Almere will be a fabulous city, and a 12-turn coffon will help this city to just grow very quickly indeed and put some loyalty pressure. Already, Coupe is already losing loyalty on that city. Love it. Yeah, -8 loyalty on Coupe's city. You weren't going to last very long, were you? Byzantium should have a very similar problem as they start settling down here as well. The Sydney Opera House. This thing comes with 5 musician points and 3 slots for great works of music, which is all just brilliant. Broadcast centers are one of the most difficult buildings to put down for a culture victory because they're so expensive and they come so late in the game. So just getting the Sydney Opera House gives you way more options for music. I mean, admittedly, that in itself is very difficult to do. So it's kind of, you know, you win some, you lose some, but it's very handy. That's my first great work of music down. I was like that stage of the game. These things are so beefy on tourism, especially with the Sydney Opera House in one place. Lovely. Uh-oh, that looks very central in my empire. Oh no, it's over on the left. That's okay. My theatre square is on fire. I'm sure we don't need to worry about that. Oh, it's just the amphitheatre. The amphitheatre was supposed to have that much sand in. That's how it works, probably. El Greco puts down a religious piece of work, and that's my second themed museum. Up to 400 tourism per turn now, so we are gaining 1,800 everybody. That's just over 2 tourists, and Maori's now getting just over 2 tourists, or about 2 tourists. So yeah, as you can see, about 120. The distance, the gap has not moved. When we're not winning, but we're also not losing. Odessa falls. Byzantium is about to start losing quite a few cities to me now. How bad was the storm? Oh, it's tore through my industrial zone. If there's one thing I hate a natural weather disaster like this burning through, it's when it hits through your industrial zones, because that means that you've got to use production to fix production, and it's all like really far behind. Which way is it going now? It's going southeast. Well, that's towards Amsterdam. That's not good. Oh well, we'll celebrate and panic in equal measure just by making some more national parks. There's the second city. Now we get to vote. I would love it if range was more powerful, seeing as I could defend my cities better, and I'd love it if we couldn't neutralize governors, which I'm going to put all of my voting power in. Well, most of my voting power in, because that would be really handy. I would love it if all of my governors didn't die. Yay! Lose strength on range. Interesting. Very rarely see the lose one go through. Let's see where this storm went. It went down here. Okay, that's not too bad. I don't think anything too bad has been broken. Relief is John Spilsbury. Huge amount of merchant points coming in at the moment, and another musician, Vivaldi, and that is a debater apostle, which in itself is a little bit annoying because it's way too tough to actually kill. But what I can do is totally now surround it with all of my units. Now each one of these would be killed very, very badly, but what we can do is all pile on in. So I took 59 damage in that attack, 68 damage in that attack, only 47 damage in that one, and bam, only 28 there. Look at that, we're all fighting back now. Broadcast centers, seaside resorts, aluminium, yay! Let's keep along the top of the tech tree now. 2 computers, 25% extra tourism helps me to push just exactly in the direction that I want to. It's been a while since I've played a game with this many great works. I'm still not convinced there isn't a slight bug in the game where once you get past a certain amount of great works, it really slows down the turn rendering, but we haven't had to deal with that in a little while, so I'm innocently believing that it's all fine. We won't have a problem. Is that right? Sure, that'll be right. You just saw me there using my religion to pray in a broadcast center. Jesuit education, actually doing something useful. Who'd have thought it? El Greco means that we've now got 3 themed art museums. They're all religious, but it doesn't matter. Actually, once you have 3 or 4 museums, at that point, any religious artwork we put into my empire should automatically get themed. There'll always be a way around. Look at that, just planting woods as well to get more national parks. Look at us go. We're really, really manipulating everything here. Given the fact that we have full tourism with everybody at the moment, I don't want to take a minus 20% penalty by going for democracy, fascism, or communism, so we're going to skip over it and go professional sports. If the AI, they've got a lot of culture, decides to go for one of the tier 3 governments, then I might choose to kind of follow along, but until we get to that point, I won't bother. Oh, 5-year plan, you've come at the wrong time. That production bonus I really did want to keep, so I'm going to have to throw in and get rid of my builders. But never mind, military research, just pop you in, and let's go for logistics. Just helps me to move my units around nicely. I have a landscape artist now. So, is there enough landscape art around to do this? Is one piece there? Not yet, but I don't think it makes sense to wait. There's nothing else going on in this museum at the moment. There you go. In it goes. For tourism. I'd rather have the for tourism than not. Oh, this is another landscape artist. All right, well, that makes this job a little bit easier because yes, I absolutely do want all this landscape art. +1 appeal to any tiles that it owns. Okay, this needs to be popped down in a park with multiple national parks, or at least the possibility of getting multiple. capital. I'm actually going to pop him over here because that city was struggling to make one in the first place. So there we go. Actually, Alvar is going to be pretty helpful today. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Professional sports. Instant and undeniable happiness. You can't stop it. Everyone will be happy regardless of whether they want to be or not. Themed landscape work. This is even better than normal because often it has more tourism. The reason that this is one of the updates of the game brought in extra great works of writing and art, and those had more tourism. Now, if you ever want to find out which ones they are, it's always the ones with the 3-number code on them. So this gives me 4 tourism rather than 2. Excellent. We have more artifacts now, and that means we can theme some of them. Just little extra ticking points of tourism now. We're up to above 500. That means we're getting 1 tourist with everybody per turn. So Coupe is only getting 1 per turn now because I'm stealing one of them. Amazing stuff. That's what we wanted to see. Look, do you see this? The turn is now taking a slightly longer time to render. It's because I've just tipped over the point of great works. I don't know what it is about having so many. It always slows the game down, but never mind. We don't mind it. John Jacob, Jane Austen, Kinyo. All 3 of you are very, very welcome, especially John Astor, because, I mean, look at my envoys now. We have 15 spare, and I'm still suzerain with everybody. I'm just sort of waiting for somebody to try and suzerain somebody, just so that I can give them a massive, massive denial, like just a big giant, like, nope. Significant blizzard. Again, this is very close to my capital. There's a couple of cities around. Which way are you going? West. West is good. West is away. You're just going through national parks at this point. I don't mind that. There is nothing here for you to break. At least nothing that I care about anyway. How are we not happy? I just find myself shouting that on random occasions. How am I not happy? There's a water park. That should very much help the situation. Okay, the storm, it went left and then it came immediately back and hit the same place repeatedly. Left a load of yields here, but I don't appreciate it all the same. I'd rather they didn't. Can you not? Can we just please not? Odessa now follows me. And again, some of these cities just are refusing to be my friends. Like, why are you not happy? Come on, I've made so many sports stadiums. What more do you need apart from just endless sports stations? Surely that's everything in life. Oh, my coal is now starting to get up. -13 for power. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to flood the world now. That's not a good thing. I wonder why I had a -8 for carbon emissions penalties. That would be why. I'm watching you, Storm. Don't you dare go right. You said you were going left before. Oh, no, it's going up. It's going up and it's melting everything. Oh, joy. I love storms. I really do. Anyway, computers, 744 tourism per turn now. Excellent. That works up at 4 tourists across the board, with 2 being added. So we're currently gaining 2 per turn with a lead of 98. That means we should be about 49 turns at the moment till victory. We'll see if we can speed that up at all, which I think I can. Yeah, look, another city's flipped to me now, and this Byzantine city is not doing particularly great either. How long have I got until the sea ice comes in? Ooh, not long, and no Valletta this game, so might just have to do a quick pass over every single city. If it needs a flood barrier, it's gonna have to build it manually here, and that's a bit annoying, but I need to get these in before I flood the world. I should make it clear, I am the one flooding the world here. This is entirely my fault. Like, I cannot push this onto anyone else. This is my fault. I don't know what happened there. Like, the city I was working on actually had a 5-turn flood barrier. As soon as I accidentally clicked it a second time, it went to 4-turn. Don't know what's going on there. Take it. Must have been some sort of reallocation of workers or something silly like that. This time we have portraits. It's the last industrial era artist, so I don't want to pass because the next one will be really, really expensive. But we don't have any portraits, I don't believe. No, we do not, which means I then have to go back to the gospel of, did anybody else take enough portraits to make this themable? In theory, yes, 1, 2. Providing, of course, that they are on sale, which it looks like they are not. I can buy one of them, and this is a really big one. The other portrait hasn't been made yet. Cupid has the great artist, but it's just sat around with them because clearly they don't have enough slots or something like that. Fine. Need more art museums, though. We've actually started to build quite a bit of infrastructure around culture, lots of different spaces for great works to make sure that all the art museums are here with us. That is better. Well, tech-wise, if you're going for a culture victory and you've got seaside resorts, broadcast centers, and the 25% extra tourism, there's nothing else that it can do apart from, of course, Biosphere. Now, I'm not planning on Biosphere rushing this game because it would take a little bit of time to re-educate my economy in such a way, but, you know, if these things happen, it wouldn't be a a bad thing. Just a couple of dams and some environmental power from those that would help. The carnival projects I'm running at the moment are just insane. I forget how powerful they are. Like whenever I play Brazil, I just never seem to use carnivals until maybe way too late into the game. I really should learn to use them earlier. Feels very much like a me problem. We need more museums though. Always more museums. Or more artists for more versatility. I reckon we can get to 1,000 very, very soon. Actually, to be fair, rapid deployment is normally the last civic I need before environmentalism, so we're almost up to another 25% there as well. But it's just the lack of great works. The more musicians I get now, the better. More amphitheaters. We're actually run out of amphitheaters as well. How many have I actually got? 11. Well, I've got 25 cities, so that's a poor showing, Ursa. I mean, admittedly, the problem about the unique Greek amphitheater is it needs to be on a hill, which means when you pack your cities together, you do get the occasional city, like Eindhoven, for instance, doesn't have a hill. Physically can't build one. It is a bit annoying. It's not the case with all of my cities, it's just a couple, but yeah, it's worth bearing in mind if ever you're playing this super civ. We're really gobbling up tourists now. Just keep the pressure on, keep the pressure on, keep the naturalists popping up, keep the national parks spawning on all fronts. It is hilarious how much the AI values Diplo Favour. Why don't you give me, like, everything you've got? Like, so, thank you very much, I'll take your music and your money. Yet again, we've run out of broadcast centres. It's all about trying to get enough of these buildings, and tell you what, having Hansa really does help with the production on that front. We've got 3 carnivals finishing next turn, and a flood that I've stopped. Look at that. Oh, dreamy. Get into my empire. Yum, 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 yum. That's 111 musician points, 125 artists, 121 writers, 108 merchants, 139. So that's why we can get Goddard, Adam Smith, and also Cantmere all at the same time. Look at this. Oh, if only I had space to actually put you all. I'm gonna have to pray in a lot of broadcast centers now. National Park. It's another one. Please, make me happy. I need to be happy, please. Aquatic Center. Look at this. Everyone's ecstatic now. 25 cities, all begrudgingly happy. There's nothing they can physically do. They have to be happy. It's mandated. Just accept it. And another piece of music down as well. I just saw there was another art museum that could be put down. I love this whole buying in with faith thing. I'm still not absolutely convinced that it's the best use of faith. Like, the problem with Jesuit education in this game, unlike in Civ 5, which I think it was genuinely one of the best religions, Civ 6, there is a huge amount of other stuff you can do with faith, such as making troops with Grandmaster's Chapel, buying out great people, monumentality, the final building in your holy site, so for instance my Gurdwara, naturalists, rock bands. There's so much that you really want to be doing with your faith. I find that just adding something else that uses your faith, it doesn't really help you. But you know, it is still helpful. That's the thing you gotta remember. So yeah, don't know. I'm still to be sold on it. Environmentalism pushes me above 1,000. Now I normally say 1,000 to 1,500 is the tourism you need to win a tourism victory. We are now gaining about 6 tourists per turn. Coupe is picking up 2, which means we are gaining 4 on them every turn. They are currently about 65 ahead of me, which means it's about 15 turns now before I catch up with them. We're really starting to accelerate, and as you can see, we are getting more and more theatre squares finished by the turn. Next up, social media and 50% extra tourism output. You can see we're also picking up Sarah Breedlove, which normally I have to specifically earn, but of course the carnivals are really helping with that. Another 25% tourism on trade routes. Those two added together, to put it in context, would give me 75%, about 750 tourism with everyone. That would up my tourists by 3 per turn. It would be a huge benefit to me. I would love that a lot. Still spreading my religion around with some inquisitors as well. The Inquisitorium, here they are, giving me extra faith for every city following my religion. Hey, the more cities follow my religion, the more things I can buy. Final piece of music. Lots of stuff adding up together now, and we haven't even got satellite broadcasts out yet. Well, don't worry, we will. We've picked up 18 envoys now. What am I even going to do with these? I haven't got the card in that gives me gold for every envoy. It's not a very good card late game, but it is tempting. Like, I kind of wish I had it in. Hey, we can still take some books though. Look at that. The more tourism, the more culture I steal from AI, the better. This is a totally pointless city, but I'm doing it anyway because it makes me laugh. Portraits. 3 portraits is really good. This is one I'm actually working on. Half the challenge here is figuring out which city each district is in. It's like, where were you again? You're down there. secular. Okay, that's good. But you have a religious work, and that is over in this direction. Ugh, where does everyone go? I don't know. Oh my goodness, Zanzibar was taken from me. Whoa. Whoa, who did that? Canada. They were saving up envoys there, I feel. Oh, we can't have that. We can't have that at all. Just put satellite broadcasts in to triple my tourism from great works of music. No. Let's just dump in 6 envoys to make a statement. We've still got 12 in reserve. Zanzibar actually keeps me happy. We don't want to lose that one. Themed. Just need one piece of landscape and a couple of portraits now. Speaking of, there's one of them. Themed. I shall borrow this one, thank you. There are no more landscapes available. However, we've got another one coming in. Landscapes are the best. Late game, they really are. They give so much more tourism than all of the other ones put together. That was turn 200, by the way, and as you can see, tourism-wise, we're picking up the pace. We have reached that stage, though, that because Coupe is civicing quite far into the tree now, like possibly going to tier 3 governments, it means that all of these civics, do you see, they all take about 2,000 culture. At 40%, that means there's about 800 culture in an inspiration. And if you get an inspiration, you still generate tourists from that. So every single one of these inspirations that Coupe gets will give him 8 domestic tourists. So you'll find that this target moves really far away from you really quite quickly. Oh, that was Hermitage I built, by the way, and Hagia Sophia. Just casually burning through some stuff. Don't worry about it, it's all fine. But that's why sometimes it feels a bit like a moving target. It's because the AI literally will be moving away from you very quickly. Oh, an instant wonder builder. Amazing. Is there any actual snow on this map? I haven't seen any snow. No, I don't think there's a single piece of snow on this map. Oh no, oh, is that snow? Or is that tundra? I can't tell if land and stuff has been dumped on it. No, that is tundra. I was thinking Amundsen Scott. That could be a really fun wonder to build late game. Industrial era ends in 10 turns. I overshot quite a bit on this golden age, but as soon as you hit national parks, that tends to be the case. That was really interesting. So I just picked up refining. I think there's actually a little bit of a bug here. Refining unlocks oil, and you can see I have actually discovered 5 sources of oil, and I have 12 coming in per turn. But as the turn was loading, I had a little exclamation mark above the icon of Gilgamesh. Now, normally what that means is that somebody has a resource that I don't have. The easiest way I could explain it is if, for instance, I had a 0 source of coal and Coupe had some, there'd be a little exclamation mark to say that there's a trade available. I had one above my own name, which I've never seen before, and I was looking at it and it said that I had oil, but I'm the only person that's discovered oil, and I literally just discovered it. So just very briefly, it was telling me I was going to discover oil because technically I discovered it, but the turn hadn't rolled over, so I hadn't. That's very strange. That feels like one of those things that I find really interesting. I don't know if anyone else will, but there you go. This little colony on the other continent has been perfect just for national parks alone. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on it and more to come. It's been really handy. Sometimes just settling really random rubbish cities can be incredibly good. Only problem is that there is no hill terrain that, I can really use around here. It's all rubbish, so not really able to put any theatre squares down. That is a bit of annoyance, but apart from that, we're all good. We're doing good. That's another city taken, this time from Coupe, and it comes with a theatre square. Beautiful. We like to see that. Means I can settle another city there. Harlem, 4 population, again, looking good. 25% extra tourism rate. Oh, fantastic. Let me just show you exactly how big this impact is. My tourism with all 3 people is exactly the same. 1,939 per turn. 2.5 envoys per civilization. Let me just quickly pop her down, and you can see that goes to 2,262. We've gained 300 tourism, just under half a tourist with every civ. Oh, Maori's total should now be decreasing, which is very handy indeed. And another musician, more traders appearing now. Look at all this. I don't know if there is a combination apart from Imhotep and Mausoleum that I use more with wonders and great people than using Shah to make a late game Maracana. It's such a good wonder. 6 culture in every city, 2 amenities in every city. It pretty much gives you a guaranteed 20% yield on everything. It's such a good late game wonder. If you want to win harder, it's like the win harder wonder. It'll never win you the game, but it makes you feel amazing. Plus it has a car park. Look at the car park. I've drawn this wonder a couple of times now. It's a very complicated one. Social media, again, let's have a quick peek into here. 2,287 tourism with everyone. 2287. Online communities, in you go. 2940. So that was 700 600 more tourism per turn, almost another 3 tourists. So now you're gaining 9,000 tourism, 800 needed for each tourist, which means we're getting 11 per turn. Maori's picking up about 2.5, so we're gaining 8.5 on them every turn. They are 48 ahead. 8, it should be about 6 turns and we win. Look at that, 6 turns. Sometimes I love it when I'm right on maths. If I keep doing these enough, eventually I get one right. It makes me look so clever. I'm like, yes, I knew what I was talking about the whole time. See what I mean about being in that 1,000 to 1,500 tourism gap? It's where you need to be. Bolshoi, ballet, and a theatre, 2 randomly chosen civics. Nice. A couple more spaces for great works as well, which works nicely. Oh, 2 random governments, never mind. The amount of great people we're earning today is just ridiculous. Lots of landscapes being put down now. Montreal, Calgary, all of these places now starting to collect beautiful landscape artists. Gee, speaking of, that's another themed museum. Beautiful. 30 tourism from a themed landscape museum. It's just, they're so big. The numbers are huge. Who's up next? More portraits. Oh, as you get later into the game, the artists just begin to get more and more useful. I love them. Religious emergency. Ooh, I'm going to add that as a proposal just because I can. We have Tesla, which means we're now onto Korolev and atomic era engineers. We're still in the industrial era. We're 2 eras ahead already. Whenever you're playing Civ 6 and you hear the fans of your computer just revving to an unholy inferno, it can only mean one thing. It means the game is letting you win and it's thinking very hard about life. Oh, that's the only problem about this mod. Gilgamesh doesn't get to stand on the victory screen like the Chad he is. Never mind. Actually, we got Lincoln. That's incredible. 2,000 points, even though I didn't go to war. I suspect that's because I got a lot of score from building unique districts, which actually give you more score than regular districts. And the only reason I know that is because, do you remember ages ago we did a challenge on this channel with Mali, where it was how much score you could get in a certain amount of time? People figured out that Sugabas gave more score than other districts just because they were unique. There you go. One of those random things. Buildings constructed, a lot more than the AI. Cities founded, again, a lot more. Actually, only founded 24, 25. I stole about 5 just on loyalty. Imagine if we were playing Eleanor. That's all I'm saying. Great people earned until actually the late stages of the game. Canada was really rocking that one. Player culture, yeah, I did quite well there. Faith, I was very faithy. Science, I was very sciencey. Score, give me more. Very slow start. Considering I had so many specialty districts, a very slow start to the game. Governors, I actually had the least governors that entire game. How did Laurier get more? Oh no, this is the number of unique governors, isn't it? That makes more sense. I thought it was total titles. Religions founded, Coupe. Oh man, this game would have been so much easier with Feed the World. It really would have been. Units killed, quite a few. Units lost. Oh, 1, 2 units all game. F in chat for those 2 units. Blimey. Wonders constructed, quite a few towards the end of the game, but I didn't construct a single wonder until about turn 120, as per usual in an Ursa game. You can see most of my cities are just getting distracted by religious emergencies. They're mostly just completing carnivals. I've probably got about 7 or 8 cities generating carnival points endlessly here. I find it's a really good way to get almost endless artists, writers, and musicians. And hey, if you get 3 engineers and merchants at the same time, then sure, you might as well do that, especially because the merchants give you more tourism. You can get up to 50% extra on trade routes from the 2 merchants that come through, so it's worth it. If I wasn't doing carnivals, I'd probably been doing Theatre Square projects for exactly the same reason, but the reason I can just run all these projects is because every city has a Hansa. Still, it doesn't matter what you're playing, industrial zones are needed everywhere. Actually, look at all the Sugabas I've put down to get good yields. I've got +7, +10, +10, +7, +9, +10, +7, +8. I love Hansa. That's why Germany is so much fun to play. They just, I don't know if there is a better district. Yeah, sure, Sugabas let you buy tons of stuff. Lavras let you get lots of early great people. Oh, that failed. Sewans are ridiculous for very consistent science output. Acropolis just have crazy culture yields as well, but no, I really think the Hansa, they must be up there with the best districts in the game. Normally the limitation of the industrial zone, right? The whole problem with it is that you need to spend production to then make production. But if you're spending less production, then that's even better. Means everything snowballs a lot quicker. We were just about to finish Eiffel Tower. That would have gotten me a lot more appeal so that all of my national parks would have been working really quite hard. But hey, we're actually gaining about 15 to 16 tourists with everybody at the moment per turn. Coupe has gone for a different government. They've gone for the naughty government, so maybe we could have considered doing that in the future, but hey, until then, we would have been absolutely fine. Remember, if you haven't played the District Collector mod, or you want to play any of the games that you see on this channel, come along to Discord, because all the save files are there. All of the mod lists that I use are also there. Why do I put all that information on Discord rather than repeating every mod that I use, every game I play on video? It's because I use quite a few, so it's easier to list them on Discord. Plus, just like Gilgamesh is collecting districts, I'm collecting people on Discord. It's just what I do. That was an entirely hilarious and brilliant mod to play. I really enjoyed that game. I would strongly suggest you have a go with it as well. I have been Ursa Ryan. I'm off to go and film another series right now, which will probably appearing tomorrow. Or if you're watching this not on the same day it's released, it'll be immediately playing after this video. Would you say that I am eternally damned to producing one Civ video every day for the entirety of life? No, I really enjoy it. Would you say that I am damned to doing one drawing about Civ 7 until it's released? That's a different question. But until next time, I'll see you all later. Goodbye! And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluke 79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!